Every pregnancy needs utmost care and attention. But certain pregnancies need a little extra attention. An Rh negative mother carrying an Rh positive baby is at increased risk of complications. BSV is at the forefront to ensure safe delivery in every Rh negative pregnancy.
Hello and welcome. You're watching The Outside View, brought to you by Women's Crick Zone and presented by BSV, Puma Food and Wellness and AMRI Hospitals. We're, of course, previewing the match between New Zealand and Bangladesh, and to sort of talk about a few basic points in the lead up to that encounter is former India cricketer Sonia Dabir. Sonia, thank you so much for joining us to take us through that matchup. So just to sort of put a context to it, both these sides are coming from a loss in their opening game. New Zealand, of course, had a very close encounter. Bangladesh was a very outstanding, thumping, clinical defeat. From both of their perspectives, let's talk about New Zealand first, Sonia. What would you think would their perspective be against someone like a Bangladesh, debutants, and young in this particular setup?
I think they played really well against West Indies, but West Indies played a bit more smart cricket than New Zealand, I must say. Especially Doughton, who has not bowled a single over that match. He just comes in and bowls this last over. But definitely there are a lot of positives for New Zealand, like Sophie Devine's century, Amelia Kerr's recent form. Then but I think one player I'm sure they will be missing, and they are missing, is Lauren Down. The way she had played that in that New Zealand series, I'm sure they missed her in that last match. And getting into the next match versus Bangladesh, I'm sure they will be gunning to improve their net run rate for sure. Is the main thing I guess they will be looking at. And looking in Bangladesh side, they were actually putting in a very good fight against South Africa. I was watching that match, and after 5 wickets down, the two batters were still, they had a very good approach of scoring those runs. They had not given up, even though they were 5 wicket down. So that was a very good fight from Bangladesh. Of course, we all know that how strong South Africa's bowling lineup is, and the way Ismail and Kaap bowls. But credit definitely should be given to the Bangladesh players, the way they fought. They tried to pull that match till the end, I must say. So going into the next match, definitely Bangladesh top order batsmen will be looking to score more runs compared to the last match, I'm sure.
And of course, we also have Marina Iqbal, who's joined in to preview that clash between New Zealand and Bangladesh. Marina, both coming off losses. Of course, on paper, New Zealand definitely a far more confident side, the hosts in this particular tournament against Bangladesh. But would they be going in with complacency, because there were a lot of things they had to change and sort of a lot of concerns they had to address after their last games?
Well, definitely. I think it's more for New Zealanders, because Bangladesh, obviously, that we always use that word, underdogs. They are the underdogs, but they are full of surprises. Again, they have a really good spin department. And the thing about them is that they don't have the strength to clear the boundaries. But what they do have is a very good rotational strike. They know their limitations, and then they sort of knit a plan according to that. And that can actually surprise the opposition. On the other hand, yes, New Zealand has to make a point. They are playing in their home ground, and they're coming from the loss is never easy. So the pressure will be on them. But I think, again, they've got really experienced players, some really good hitters as well, good bowling lineups, fast bowlers as well. So it's not going to be easy, but I feel that Bangladesh will give them a tough time.
We're speaking of a lot of these key performers who sort of emerged in their their opening games at the World Cup. Let's look at a couple of them, one from each side. I'm going to start with Bangladesh, the contenders, so to say, in this particular challenge. Someone like Fariha Trishna, for example, a young 19-year-old, shows a lot of promise against South Africa, had a lot of fire. In fact, the bowling lineup did. to restrict them to that very commendable 200 plus 200 odd target. Sonia, your thoughts on someone like Trishna sort of coming into her own?
Definitely, to stop a team like South Africa to 207 runs, definitely there was a fire in that bowling, there was some, that intensity was seen, to contribute towards the teams, and the results are seen, you need that definite intensity and the purpose and ability, the way you are bowling at the opposition, and it was clearly seen in that match.
Yes, and at the opposite side, if you kind of even look at the two captains, Nigger coming into the first World Cup as captain, playing under a lot of former captains, and on the other side, someone who's done this for so many years. She's a mentor. She's quite the figure. Sophie Devine. If you had to look at her performance too, almost took the team through. Unfortunate that they sort of slipped up in the end due to some amazing last over miracle by Doughton. But she will be key as well, wouldn't she, Marina? In that.
Definitely. I mean, she's that sort of a player that for bowlers, it's really hard to have a plan against her because she can be a very calm batter and then can switch on the mode of hitting big sixes. So, and she has a huge range of shots. So it's never easy as an opposition to come up with a plan to contain her. And you know that when she's in the middle, the opposition is always in trouble. But again, it's all about how she executes, the experience, load of experience she brings in, and then again she's done it again and again all over for New Zealand, winning big games. So it's not a problem for her. But yes, she's one to watch, and now with the leading role she has, it kind of gives her more being loud and vocal about in her game. So I think it just adds a bit of push to her character.
Yes, and you can expect, this battle looks like chalk and cheese on paper, but you can expect a lot of fireworks. We've seen some amazing performances and brilliant moments and matchups so far in the World Cup, and it promises to only get better. So do catch us taking you through the match tomorrow, early in the morning, and my colleague Ashwini will, of course, take you through that at the outside view. And, of course, continue watching this space for more insights and analysis from our expert panel. Thanks for watching, and stay on.